Are you trying to manifest your specific person? Have I got some shit for you? Now listen to me. Okay, this is my most favorite story ever by Neville Goddard. Why? Because it is a success story. I'm going to summarize it though. Okay, so keep in mind this was written in like the 40s or 50s or the 60s. I'm not quite sure. Maybe in the 70s. Either way, they didn't have the internet and they didn't have a cell phone. Okay, so long story short, this girl was set up on a blind date by her bestie, and she totally liked this guy. They really hit it off. But after the date, some crap happened in the 3D, and she had to move. The best friend moved, and the guy, well, they all lost touch. And they didn't have a way to reconnect. She was really upset by this and really wanted to connect with him. And thankfully for her, she went to a Neville Goddard lecture and learned some shit. Now I'm about to read you 2 little excerpts from this story. It's also, if you're interested, it's in the book, The Law and the Promise, chapter 3, just in case. But listen, after your last lecture, I spoke to you of the situation. Although I had plenty of other dates, I could not forget this one man. Your lecture was based on revising our day, and after speaking to you, I determined to revise my day every day. Before going to sleep that night, I felt I was in a different bed in my own home as a married woman, and not as a single working girl sharing an apartment with 3 other girls. I twisted an imaginary wedding band on my imaginary left hand, saying over and over to myself, "This is wonderful. I really am Mrs. J.E." And I fell asleep in what was a moment before a waking dream. I repeated this imaginary scene for 1 month, night after night. The first week in October, he found me. Mic drop. On our second date, I knew my dreams were rightly placed. Your teaching tells us to live in the end of our desire until that desire becomes fact. So, although I did not know how he felt towards me, I continued, night after night, living in the feeling of my dream realized. And guess what? She did all that revising the month of September. He found her in October. They were engaged by November. And guess what, bitches? They were married by May. Mic drop. So, you're trying to manifest an SP, right? You're not getting the movement you think you deserve in your 3D, although we should not be staring at that 3D for movement. We really shouldn't. But what you could do is revise your day. Revise your damn day. When you go to bed at night, lay in your bed right before you fall asleep, or right before you press play on your night affirmations, go over the day you just lived and revise it as if you spent that day with your specific person. What's your dream? Do you want to marry that person? Then revise your day as that married person. Do it. It worked for her. What? It's only going to work for her, not for us? Hell no. Try it. I dare you. Do it. Let it work. And come back and tell me how it worked.